Nikola Jokic claims his third MVP award. Shaq,
I don't like to rain on people's parade, but I'm not happy with this one. Congratulations to Joker, you are the best big man in the league.
What if I told you that the quiet, camera-shy Serbian superstar could have been the one to shatter Michael Jordan's flawless finals record? And what if the most physically dominant player in NBA history would struggle to win even 2 championships in today's league? Welcome to the most mind-bending hypothetical in basketball history, a complete era swap between 2 icons. Imagine Nikola Jokic transported back to 1992, leading the Orlando Magic, while Shaquille O'Neal finds himself in 2015 Denver with the Nuggets. Same careers, same timelines, just different eras. By the end of this story, you'll question everything you thought you knew about these 2 legendary players.
Because again, I felt I was robbed 2 or 3 times, right? And I played my ass off, stat stuffer, won championships those years. But again, no disrespect to the Joker, but me personally, I would have gave it to Shaq.
Because when you flip the script, the very definition of greatness changes. Let's dive in. It's June 1992, and the Orlando Magic hold the first overall pick in the NBA draft. But instead of selecting Shaquille O'Neal, they shock the basketball world by choosing a 6 feet 11 inches, pudgy, and seemingly unathletic kid from Serbia named Nikola Jokic. Scouts are baffled. This guy can't jump, can't defend, and looks like he's had one too many savapi. No one can quite figure out what Orlando is thinking, and the basketball world braces itself for what seems like a colossal mistake.
Said Jokic is not top 20 all time.
Yeah.
Are you walking that back or are you doubling down?
I'm doubling down.
Top 30 all time?
Yeah, for sure.
What's missing from top 20 all time with him?
For the last 5 years, there's been no big men. If you go down the West, there's been none. He's been playing against Zubac and Joel Embiid twice a season. The landscape of basketball has changed.
But Pat Williams, the Magic's general manager, sees something others don't. He notices the kid's vision, the way he threads passes that seem impossible, seeing plays unfold before anyone else does. In his rookie season, 1992-93, Jokic struggles to adjust. He's getting bullied by giants like Ewing, Hakeem, and Robinson. The game's physicality is relentless, hand-checking is legal, hard fouls aren't called flagrant, and every night feels like a fight. Still, despite the punishment, Jokic averages 12 points, 7 rebounds, and an astonishing 6 assists per game as a center. The league has never seen anything quite like it.
I'm gonna teach you how to shoot. He's not 7 foot, I'm a 7. You cannot shoot like him.
Have you made a shot? I made what? Then it's open, but I made it. I don't get it.
Critics label him soft, but the coaches start to see something deeper. Whenever Jokic runs the offense, the Magic's efficiency soars. By his second and third seasons, from 1993 to 1995, he's stronger, still getting pushed around at times, but now dissecting defenses alongside a young Penny Hardaway. The Magic evolve into the most creative offense in the NBA, running pick and rolls and motion sets that no one else even understands yet. But looming in the shadows are Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, ready to crush any challenger who dares to rise. Now, flip the script. It's 2015, and the Denver Nuggets have just drafted a physical beast named Shaquille O'Neal. But there's a catch. The game has completely changed. Teams live and die by the three-pointer, the paint is often empty, and the pace is faster than ever. Suddenly, Shaq, the most dominant interior force the game has ever seen, finds himself struggling to fit in a league that no longer plays to his strengths.
But I'm disappointed in his career because I think he left a lot out. He didn't take it serious enough. He didn't get himself in the best physical condition that he needed to be in and year out.
In his first season, 2015-17, Shaq still dominates the paint whenever he gets the ball. He's averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds, proving that pure power still has its place. But defenses have evolved. They're sagging off, daring him to shoot free throws. Hack-a-Shaq isn't just a late-game tactic anymore, it's the entire defensive game plan.
And spacing?
Forget it. Whenever Shaq is on the floor, the offense turns into a 4-on-5 game outside the paint. Meanwhile, the Warriors are running circles around him. Steph and Klay are draining threes as Shaq struggles to lumber back on defense. The echoes of Stan Van Gundy's old criticism come to life. Shaq can't defend the pick and roll. In this modern pace and space era, he's getting exposed on every switch.
Technical question here. Let's see how you can answer this. Who would Shaq be if he had your work ethic?
He'd be the greatest of all time.
If Shaq had your work ethic,
he'd be the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time by a mile.
Sure.
Tease the 1995 Eastern Conference Finals, Magic vs. Bulls. Jokic is now a two-time All-Star, stronger, smarter, and nearly impossible to stop as a playmaker. The series is tied 2-2 heading into Game 5. Jordan is locked in, laser-focused on redemption. But then, Jokic does something no one expects. He runs a dribble handoff with Penny Hardaway, drawing the Bulls' defense into the paint. In a split second, Jokic spins and fires a no-look pass to Dennis Scott in the corner. Swish, 3 points. The Magic take the game. The crowd erupts. Jordan is livid, yelling at the referees, shouting at Phil Jackson in disbelief. How do you defend a 7-footer who passes and orchestrates the floor like Magic Johnson himself?
Giannis, Embiid, Joker. Of those three, who is the toughest to guard?
Joker. With Greek, it's like people playing him to try to get him to shoot. If Giannis is pulling up from anywhere on the floor, we feel like we won that possession.
The Bulls take the series in 7, but Jokic has just pushed Michael Jordan to the brink. Jordan's perfect finals record, it could have ended right there. Watching closely, Jerry West sees something the rest of the league doesn't: the future. He makes a bold move, trading for Jokic and pairing him with a 17-year-old rookie named Kobe Bryant. And that's where things start to get wild. By 1999, Phil Jackson arrives in Los Angeles, ready to implement his legendary triangle offense. But quickly he realizes something: Jokic is the triangle. He doesn't need a system, he is the system. Kobe once said that if Shaq had his work ethic, they could have won 12 rings and Shaq would have gone down as the greatest ever. But with Jokic, it's different. He's in the gym before Kobe, watching film at 6 in the morning. Kobe is stunned. There's no ego clash, no rivalry, they sync perfectly. Jokic had once faced a prime Hakeem Olajuwon in 1994 and gotten schooled, but by 1999, with Kobe beside him, he's dissecting the Spurs. Tim Duncan can't keep up with his pace or playmaking. Jokic is running dribble handoffs and split actions that leave the defense gasping for air. Meanwhile, in the modern era, Shaq is struggling. He's forced to defend in space against Draymond Green, Bam Adebayo, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Teams like the 2018 Rockets are running him off the floor with small ball. James Harden gets switched onto Shaq 30 feet from the basket. It's barbecue chicken, but not the kind Shaq likes. He wins maybe one ring, possibly in 2020 with a stacked roster, but the Steph and KD Warriors? They'd obliterate him. Back in the 2000 finals, it's Jokic and Kobe versus the Pacers. Jokic puts up 28 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists, recording the first finals triple-double since Magic Johnson. In 2001, he wins MVP as the Lakers sweep through the playoffs, breaking basketball in the process. Then comes the 2002 Western Conference Finals against the Kings. Game 7. Jokic drops 35 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 assists. The Lakers win. The conspiracy theories fade because the numbers tell the truth. And here's the kicker: Kobe once said that Shaq's laziness drove him crazy. But with Jokic, there's no frustration. His conditioning is elite, his basketball IQ is off the charts, and he doesn't need to be pushed. Together, they win 5 titles, maybe even 6. Kobe stays in Los Angeles for good, no trade demands, no feuds, no drama. The dynasty never collapses, because Jokic's game ages like fine wine. Meanwhile, by 2022, Shaq is 38. He's bounced from team to team: Phoenix, a disaster; Cleveland, injured; Boston, washed. He retires with maybe 2 or 3 rings and a single MVP. Why? Because even Kobe once admitted Shaq could have been the greatest if he had better work ethic. But in the three-point era, his flaws are magnified. Social media clowns his free throws, his defense gets shredded on Twitter every night, and his once dominant style looks outdated. Jokic, on the other hand, in 2010 at age 35, is still putting up 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists on absurd efficiency. He doesn't rely on athleticism. His entire game is built on skill, precision, and intelligence. The contrast is undeniable. One player's dominance fades with time, while the other's brilliance transcends eras.
Bro, if you get 7 dribbles in the NBA in the post, you're supposed to score the ball, bro. He's getting 7, 9, sometimes 7, 8, 9 straight dribbles where he's push 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, come on, man. Nah, that's, Lord, let me tell y'all something, man. In real life, this is what you do on the playground, bro. You don't get 7 dribbles in the post.